guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be more of a chit chat, life update, random rambling at midnight, basically. So in the last video, I had uploaded some old footage from when my sister and I went to this haunted playground in my hometown. I just realized I didn't have any lighting on. I don't know if it matters. Does it matter? I don't think it does, but we'll do it anyway. So anyway, the last video was my sister and I going to the supposedly haunted playground in my hometown. And obviously there were some weird things that happened in that. As I was editing it, I actually found more things. So in hindsight, I should have recorded like my intro part where I'm like talking before or after I edited, because I actually found a lot more detail in the video post editing, which makes a lot of sense because I was just running off of memory, because I really haven't watched that video until I watched it for like 2 days straight while I was editing it and taking out all the filler where there really wasn't anything happening. And so something that was super creepy to me though, that I will try to play here after I talk about it, is there was like this point where I don't remember what I was saying, but like I kept repeating, I think I just kept repeating like fuck, and I said like fuck, and it was like don't say that, but like the say that was like whispered, which if you guys have ever used a spirit box, basically it's random voices, and it's just allegedly that the spirit can pull the random voices into a cohesive sort of, I don't know, sound to talk basically. And typically it doesn't have anything to do with whispering. And so I think I played it over and over and over, and I really feel like it was combination of the spirit box, and then I feel like I kind of captured like a little bit of an EVP, because it sounded so strange that the say that was whispered, because it was like don't say that, like it was so weird. It gave me chills like watching it, and I watched it like 50 times just to be like, I don't understand how this happened. So I'm gonna play that again right now. I heard that fucker. Don't say that. I heard that fucker. Don't say that. So anyway, that's just weird to me. I feel like other than that, obviously the video was super boring. I hadn't really planned on it being showcased just all up front, like here's this investigation that we did. I was hoping to do some more like interviews with my sister and talk a little bit more about the history of the town and how the haunting might have come into play, but I really just kind of, to be honest, lost interest in this particular haunting, and I think it's because I grew up around it. And I was just like, I don't want to rehash all of this. I'm not excited about it. And I really don't want to make videos that I'm not excited about. But I do think there was good content in there, which is why I released it. So that was that. So I talked about how my next video was going to be me going to a cemetery. And I was going to go. I had everything all packed up, and I was heading out to this Civil War era cemetery that's in the area where I live. But it was like 18 degrees, and we had like 6 to 10 inches of snow on the ground. And to be honest, I was in a little bit of a turkey coma, so I was just like, fuck this, I'm not going. So that's pretty much what happened. I didn't go. I stayed home, and I toyed around with the idea of like, maybe I'll do a seance or an like EVP session, but I don't know, like I have just, since my grandma died, I've just been kind of weirded out by the whole like EVP thing and the seance thing, because I have never felt this way before, but I wonder if it's somewhat, I almost feel like if it's insensitive, if you know what I mean. But I've never felt like that before, because to me it's just been pure curiosity. It's been pure like, I just want to know if I can talk to somebody on the other side. I just want to confirm things. Like, I think it's just a way for me to try to find like answers to the questions that I have about the afterlife. Because something about me, like ever since I was a little kid, I've had this severe fear of death, and I don't know where it stems from or what it's from. I know it, like some people just have it, but I've had it forever. And like, I have gotten to this point where like, when I remember I was a little kid, and I don't know how old I was probably like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old. And I I remember laying in bed and I was just like, when am I going to stop feeling so damn scared of dying? Because it was just constant, and I felt like I was having this existential crisis where I was just like, why am I even alive if I'm just gonna die? And I was like 8 years old when this was happening, and I don't know really where it stemmed from. I didn't have a ton of experience with death. I had had like pets die, and my cousin had passed away, and so it just, maybe that triggered it in my brain, but it was so bizarre. And so anyway, that's carried on into adulthood, and I have to be so careful to not end up getting like down into this hole where I'm just terrified of dying. And I feel like some of why I'm really interested in the paranormal is maybe it would ease that, and maybe it would make me feel better about dying if I could confirm, or I could talk to somebody on the other side and know that it's okay. Because I think that what I'm most scared of is just the unknown, and that's pretty terrifying, I think, to most people, is not knowing what comes next. So I think that's why I go into paranormal things, and like what I'm so interested in about it is just trying to find answers. And I don't mean any disrespect by it, but I do know that no matter what, there's going to be people that are offended by it or feel like it's disrespectful. So I think that that's like, I think that that's most, do you ever just like see something, or like, I don't know, like, and this has nothing to do with paranormal, but do you ever just like look over at something and you're like instantly pissed off? Because that's just what happened to me, and I was like evaluating for like 20 seconds, like, do I even want to fucking make this video anymore? Anyway, so basically, I think that for me, that's just what interests me the most about the paranormal, is trying to find answers, and I mean no disrespect by it. So I think ultimately, like, I'm still going to continue to do seances and EVP sessions and things like that. But just know that, like, I do that with the best intentions. I don't do it as a way to, like, make light of death or anything, because obviously I've lost people that I care a lot about. And I don't want to diminish the, I guess, like, obviously life is not infinite, right? And so I don't want to diminish the fact that, like, people are gone. And I don't want to pretend that I know all the answers, because I don't necessarily know for a fact that ghosts are real. It could be something else. Maybe it's memories that have such a strong presence that, like, they can communicate with us. Like, and by that I mean, like, maybe it's just by chance that we get these answers that we think we're getting. Maybe all of the equipment is completely set up to just work like this magically and give us, like, these false readings and false responses. Obviously the human brain wants to hear what it hears. Obviously it wants to see what it wants to see. And so I think there is a good majority of it for me where I'm still very skeptical, but the things that I have experienced that are so hard to explain, it's like, how could it be anything but that? You know what I mean? So I don't know if the lighting is being super weird on this end. I actually have my cell phone over here as my monitor so that I can see, like, the angle and if I'm centered and things like that. And, like, the lighting just went super crazy in here as I was talking about that. But anyway, and it's doing it again. Like, I don't know what's happening. So that's weird. In any case, I feel like we just don't have the answers. And I know that recently, like within the last year or so, scientists released that, like, they found no evidence of the ghost particle. And like, I'll be honest, I was kind of disappointed with that, because I was just like, well, there's more scientific evidence against ghosts. And you can't just assume that because there's no evidence against it that it's automatically true, obviously. But I do think that it's super important to not just shut it down. I think that there is a lot about the world and the universe that we don't understand, and I think it's super naive of us to be like, this is it, like, this is all we know and that's it. I think it's just wrong of us to assume that we're these tiny little ants basically on a rock flying through space. There's no way that we know everything that's going on in the universe. I just think that there's potential for really anything within reason. Like, and I get that to some people the paranormal is not reasonable, but I think that enough people have had experiences, and I think that enough people have felt things, saw things, heard things, captured things. Obviously there's a lot of fake things out there and a lot of things that have been manipulated and lied about, but I think that there is a fair amount of stuff that's real, and that interests me. I mean, besides the paranormal, I guess the only other interest I really have is makeup, and I'm not even good at it, so that's like a really pathetic hobby to have, that you're that you're into makeup but you're terrible at it. Because, like, I know I look like a hot mess right now, so I'm not trying to say that I did a fantastic job by any means. I literally smeared some eyeshadow on with my finger and did some eyeliner and mascara and lipstick and called it a day. And that's not at all, like, what I mean. Like, I love the full face makeup thing and being able to contour, and I'm not good at any of it, but I still like it. So, I mean, I don't know. I've toyed with the idea of, like, doing get ready with me videos, but, like, if I'm fucking honest, I don't have time to get ready in front of a camera and worry about how I look and talk and figure out, like, what to do, because when I'm getting ready in the morning, I am literally like balls to the wall, hurry up, because I have myself to get ready, a kid to get ready, I have to get to preschool, I have to get to work, I have to get back home. Like, I'm just constantly on this go, go, go cycle. It's been very strange. Like, the last 4 days I've had off for the Thanksgiving holiday, and I go back to work tomorrow, and I'm just like, I don't want to fucking go. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do going back to work. Like, it feels terrible. Not to say that I don't like my job. I have an amazing company that I work for, and I really like my job overall, but it's just that thing that, like, nobody wants to work. Like, if we're honest, nobody's like, yay, work. So that's where I'm at, is I'm just like, definitely not yay to work. It's almost Christmas. It's actually bizarre, but, like, I can't believe that it's already December, and, like, it took a second for that to click for me, because I was just like this morning, I was just like, oh, like, it's the end of November, blah, 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 and I'm like, fuck, no, it's already December, like, I have to hurry up and prep for Christmas. So I put our Christmas tree up, I put lights on it, and then found out they were burned out, and it was like a 500 light strand, so that was a shit ton of work. So I had to, like, unravel that from the tree, go buy new lights, put those on, and I realized when I put them on, I was like, I didn't test these, and they were fine. But then we just finished moving, and so I'm actually filming in my garage, and this is not my desk, and it's not my background, obviously, but all of our Christmas stuff is still in our storage unit, and we have our garage is set up into a split office, and so my side of the garage, the background is really shit. It looks terrible until I can put up my actual background, which I also have to find, and so I was just like, whatever, I'll just film over here where there already is a background. And so yeah, I don't have all of my Christmas decorations out, but I at least got the tree up, and that's most important, so I feel a little less stressed about the holidays for that. What about Frozen 2? Like, is anybody a Frozen fan? I feel like it's either you love it or you hate it. There's, like, no in between, but I feel like I know a lot of adults that really like it, even if they don't have kids. I watched Frozen before I had a kid, and like 3 years before I had a kid, and I loved it. Like, I was obsessed with it, and I have Norwegian ancestry, as well as Sami ancestry. At least I'm pretty sure, like, when you look at my DNA results, the Sami thing makes sense. So I have that ancestry, and so if you've seen Frozen 2, you know that that's probably super exciting to me. So I actually really enjoyed it, but I was sick and I had a fever, and so I can hardly remember it. So I was like, we're gonna go see it again, I think, because I can't remember anything. I remember I liked it, and I remember certain parts of it, but, like, I was sitting there fevering, and it's like a trip when you're fevering, and, like, all this, like, stuff is happening on the screen, and then there's, like, this really dark moment where I was just like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna start crying. And it's not because it was just, like, you know how Disney does, like, that, I don't know, they, like, pull at your heartstrings just with that naturally sad stuff, like, oh, somebody died, but, like, this was really dark, and it was, like, playing off of, like, I feel like it even started to try to play off of, like, suicidal thoughts, and I was just like, oh my god, what's happening here? But I was also fevering, so I could have taken it way out of context, but let me know if you guys have seen it and what you think about it. But anyway, I feel like that's it. Like, I feel like after I edit this video, it's probably going to be, like, 10 minutes at most, but I just don't know what else to talk about. Like, my life is not exciting, but I feel like most YouTubers' lives are not exciting, and they just find a way to make it seem that way, because there could not be all of these people living these fantastic, amazing, exciting lives and not suffering in a huge amount of debt as a result. Which I am, and I don't have an exciting life to show for it, so I guess I'm getting like the short end of that stick. Oh, super excited. So on the topic of makeup, this will be like my last thing, but if you guys are fans of Jeffree Star, then you know that he released his holiday mystery boxes. I was there like cooking my Thanksgiving dinner, waiting. I had an alarm set, and I actually ended up getting like the $100 box in my cart, went to check out, got all the error messages that everybody else was getting. So I went back, and then it was sold out at that point, and I was like, oh, of course, like I can't ever fucking get these things. Like for Halloween, I didn't even get one because I was like late to the game. But so then I went and I got like the mid-level, I think it was like the $60 one, added it to the cart. And then I found that blood sugar was actually on sale for like 30 some dollars, which is a steal. So I was like, okay, that's still $100. Let's throw it in, go. And I checked out, and now I'm like, oh my God, I got that error screen that other people got, which was basically like, thanks for your order, you'll receive a confirmation soon. And I can't remember if I actually got a confirmation, so I'm actually gonna look right now, because I feel like that's gonna be really depressing if I find this out on camera that I didn't get it. Oh no, I did get it. That's good. So yeah, I ended up getting the premium holiday mystery box, which was the $60 level, and then blood sugar for $36. So all of that under $100 was actually pretty damn cool, and I'm so excited to get it. And I know I'm not a makeup channel, but once I get it, I am totally filming an unboxing, because that's just what's gonna happen. I'm also super stoked to get blood sugar. I know it's been in stock for a while, but like when it first got really crazy, like when things really blew up with Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I was like, I want it, but then like it was such a struggle to get it. It was sold out all the time, and I was just like, forget it. And that's how I feel about the conspiracy palette too, because like until things settle down and they get enough, because I know it's going to be like a permanent thing for them, but like until it calms down, I'm just not going to stress it, because it's like, it's really pissing me off. And not in like a bad way, but like I just get frustrated because I'm just like, oh, I want this fucking palette, but like you can't get it. So I'm just like, forget it. We'll just wait, and we being me, we'll just wait, and we'll get it when it comes out. And so that is like the next thing that I'm going to do. But finally got blood sugar, and I'm really excited about that. I know that's old news for most people that are Jeffree Star Cosmetics fans, but that's it. So I'm excited about that. I also really liked I know that it's like, I feel like there's a lot of drama right now about the Shane series, where he was making the whole conspiracy palette and mini controversy and all of that, but I feel like that series was so awesome. Like there were times where like I was so emotionally invested that I feel like I got emotional and almost started crying, because it's just like, you see, like when you watch the first few episodes and Shane's just like hiding back behind Jeffree, and then all of a sudden he's like up in the front doing this photo shoot, and like I just think it was really cool that somebody's dreams are coming true. And I think a lot of the hate, I feel like, is coming from jealousy, but I get some of it was kind of douchey, but I really enjoyed it. So anyway, that's all I have. I don't know how long I've been talking, because I was stupid and moved my phone and stopped recording, so that was my timer also. So I'm gonna call it a wrap. And if you guys want to see more videos where it's just me chit-chatting, let me know in the comments down below. And let me know if you have any ideas for any other videos that do or don't have to do with the paranormal. Not that I'm looking to you for my ideas, but I am. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with a more on-topic paranormal video.